I'm live. That's a good thing. Much better than the alternative. Huh. Shoot, I'm going back to the truck. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? Had to come get this because I'm going to give it a try. It's a little thing for cutting lures and stuff out of trees. And if nothing else, I can fish for that. Because, there's a lot of trees here and people like to throw straight up. So, But, let's see what's up. Hola! You get one of the neck things. That way you don't got to hold it when you're walking. What's up? Y'all gonna need drama me until I get done walking out here. My bad. I got started a little early, but then I got out here and I saw the stuff in the trees, and I'm like, I got a little thing you can put on the edge of your pole and get up there and cut the stuff out, and I might try to cut some of that out today. All right, so I'm seeing some fish over here, but I don't know. I think those are bluegill though. I may need to go with the one of the smaller top waters, but before I go back to work, I just want to throw my Pad Daddy around a little bit more. Love this thing. And this is an extremely highly pressured lake. And definitely some turtles out there. But I really like this Pad Daddy. This week has been my first time throwing them. And I just like them. They stank. Even after using it all day, I bet you I've had 30 fish on this one bait, and it still looks brand new. Not sure if y'all can see that or not. Hey, little froggy. Ribbit. So over here on this end of the lake, the fish do bed down a lot, but you can see how muddy it is. I mean, I know I got one of my songs called Fishing in Muddy Water, but that's muddy. Even the ducks aren't even getting in there. I'm probably gonna go up, I really hate to do it, but I'm gonna go up on top of the bridge and fish for a little bit. Usually don't do that. I was gonna bring my kayak or my john boat out here so I could bebop around, but I gotta get back to work in the morning, so I just really couldn't invest too much time. So I was hoping I'd get out here and just throw this around a little bit, maybe throw a wacky rig around a little bit. I say that, but I still brought my little tackle box. I still got my backpack on. Still got all my stuff in the truck. And I still brought at least 2 poles. I brought 2 poles out with me. I got a third one in the truck. I always got a minimum of 3. It's the rule of 3. I'm always on it. But we definitely got some turtles over here. It's another thing I don't like about this lake. It is full of turtles. And there's usually a snapping turtle when I do come over here. Because I used to bring him hot dogs all the time. But his name's Gary, because he's ornery as all get out. And he would hang out. He'd always just come up and sit here. One of my album covers, Pondside Vibes, is actually a picture of Gary. So, but right here where all the water lets in is where fish usually will come over here to ambush. Because the current goes this way. So this is always the nastiest water right here. But this is also where the big bass come and just watch and ambush. And good. I hope they come and ambush me, because that would make my day. Like I said, I gotta go back to work tomorrow, so I've been really enjoying going live almost every day. I've met a lot of people. The support, all the likes, all the shares, all the comments, and just I feel like I've made some friendships. I really like that. I appreciate y'all. But this thing is weedless as all get. I need to go over that way some so I can throw it in the weeds, so I can show you how weedless this thing is. I've never thrown one of these frogs before, and I really like it. I'm not associated with buzz baits. I'm sorry, biz baits. I can't get the name right. But this frog, when you throw it, if you quit reeling it in for a minute, it'll sink. And that may be because I got a quick release on the front. I don't have it tied on, but I think it'll sink anyway. I'm not gonna just throw one in there without a line on it right now. But since I was doing so many different top waters, and I don't mind doing the quick releases and whatnot on the top waters, but let's just throw it in the middle of the muddy water. See what happens. Might fire something up in here. May not. Hey. Yeah, it is. I really like it. The only issue I have with this spot, I mean, honestly, the only issue I have with it is it's right here in Clay, Alabama, which is awesome. But you got people that come from 4 or 5 different cities all the way around, and they'll come in here and they'll just take everything out of here. And these fish have seen just about everything. And you can see the trees. I mean, they're full of bait and lures, and I actually bought a little thing that you put on the end of your pole, and you can so I'm getting ready to go through some weedy stuff. I just went right over them, but how do you like it? I love it personally. The Pad Daddy, I mean, like right here. Okay, I have no problem throwing that right in the middle of that grass and just whoop, slowly pulling it in. I love it. But yeah, I bought a thing you can put on your pole, and you can cut all the lures and stuff out of the trees. I figure the first trip around this lake, and it'll pay for itself. This is my first time ever throwing a frog like this, and I absolutely loved it. I went to a little lake that I go to, and I bet you this one bait, because I haven't even changed it out yet. I mean, I've put other things on this pole, but it's still on the same hook, same bait. And I put it back on here, and I bet you I've had 30 fish on it, and it's like still looks brand new. And it still stinks a little bit, but you know, it's been through the washer. Let's see if we can. There's a lot of structure right there, a lot of sticks. I didn't count on catching anything, but I also didn't count on catching any of them sticks, and I didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna go cast a few times from the bridge up there. Like I said, I definitely usually don't like doing that, but I want to get over that little spawn area over there. Alexis, have you what's up? Alex. Is it that's my son's name. Did have you caught a lot with the Pat Daddy? I actually designed them a shirt. I'm hoping they'll go with it. Send it to them. See, being that versatile and that weedless right there, to me just makes it seem like it's just all that more realistic. Because anything else I've ever stood right here and casted over that, once I got even close to that water or that little island, I had to yank it over there and hope I didn't, eat myself. So, but yeah, I'm going back to work tomorrow, and I was like, told my wife, I said, I'm just gonna go up there to Cosby. And I know it's extremely overfished, and that's one of those things that you either get something or you just don't. It just is what it is. I was like, but I want to go up there and just give this a try, just a little bit longer. Ooh, puppy dogs. Oh, your puppy dog ain't that big. I'll bring my dog up here. My dog twice that size, but he'll lick you to death. He's a big old baby. Hey, if, while y'all in here, if you don't mind, give me a like. But if other than that, and more important, if you could well, obviously subscribe, but I think all that goes without said. But if you could look with under my tabs on my channel and look at the my releases tab, I have my all my music gets released there first. If y'all give that a listen, I'd really appreciate that. Even above all the other stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, the likes and the subscribes would be awesome, but so here we go, right through the grass again. I mean, no problems. I didn't have to yank it, didn't have to pop it. I just slowly pulled it through. I don't know if there'll be anything in all that mud, but we'll see. I ain't scared to fish in muddy water. Yeah, see, I'm putting it right on a bunch of sticks right there. And it will sink if you let it sit there for a minute. I like that, I think. Pretty sure I do. I know the other day when I was on the lake, everything that I got was about 4 or 5 inches below the surface. So it was top water, but it wasn't really on the top water. I don't know if y'all can see that action on that thing, but it's dope. Let's see here. Yeah, it's like chocolate milk, isn't it? Oh yeah, good stuff. Again, right through the grass. No popping, just bloop, 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 just reeling it, and it was running right through it. I'm gonna go up there on the bridge for a little bit. There's a couple other areas. because I usually don't do that, but this got a pretty good hook in it, and I think I got 30-pound test on here, so if I get anything, it shouldn't be a problem. Of course, I got a wacky rig set up too, but I don't know, this is probably the only thing I throw. And like I said, I still got my backpack and my little tackle box and my truck full of stuff. I got your Dramamine. I'm walking on a hill. But we just had a really good rainstorm, so I'm hoping that kind of reset everything. So like this is usually just a little bit of water through here. It's actually got a little bit of a current. So part of this runoff right here, I don't know if y'all can see this spot in front of me, that's usually where the fish ambush. Bass will stay right there. If you get in there from the shore, it's usually pretty good. I don't ever try it from up here, but we're gonna give it a try. And just see what happens. Man, they just redid all the fencing on this. You used to be able to crawl down there if you had any issues. But yeah, here's the lake. I usually get my kayak out here, and I'll stay out here all day too. Or my John boat if my son wants to come with me. I'm just going a little bit slower. I'm gonna get up under the water a little bit. Alright, now it's close enough where it's staying up top. That's good. You can see the weeds and everything right here. Look, I'm doing this live, so this is my first time doing it over here, but you can see how well that just rolled right through all the weeds. Oh, something hit it. Now we just hit it while it's up on top. Yeah, that's why every bite that I got the other day was, none of them were all the way on top. Everything was on the bottom. Let's see. I thought I was like, oh, made a liar out of me, but no, it didn't. It's pretty peaceful out here most of the time. Biggest issue is people, but you know, I've only had, to deal with one person one time. And he's out, he was in park in front of the boat launch and walk off with his girlfriend. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to make you look dumb. So I was like, look, you can move it yourself, or I'll have a tow truck move it. I don't care either way. It ain't gonna affect me. I just get to fish a little bit longer while they're hooking up your car and park in front of a boat ramp. Big dummy. Alright, I'm gonna go over here by the trees. I don't know how weedless it is in a tree. I haven't done that, but of course you got limbs that you can get wrapped around, so that kind of doesn't count. Either way, I'm going to try to avoid it. I don't know how far I want to go to prove a point. Like I said, I'm not part of the company. If I was invested in the company, that might be a different story. I don't know. Just in case the guys from BizBait heard that, just saying. Hey, well, there's no winds come by. I think I can keep it out of the tree. Hey, where's everyone watching from, if you don't mind me asking? I'm in central Alabama, about 25 minutes northeast of Birmingham, so I guess still central Alabama. Closer than I usually am to central Alabama anyway. But I have gotten completely addicted to the top water fishing in the last, I say even 6 months. Had the PB crawler was probably actually one of the ones who kind of got me addicted to it. Let's see if I can come right up to the muddy spot. Come up here one day, and I kid you not, from that flagpole right in the center all the way down to here, I bet you there was 30 people standing there fishing. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I was like, good night. That's how much pressure this lake gets. How's it going? I have another lake in Birmingham I go to every now and again. My wife don't let me go in there because there's always shootings. And one of the last times I was there, I was like, no, baby, it's good. So, like, I got friends down there. I mean, I'm gotten to the right people, like when they're going around, running around the lake, when they come to me, they high five me as they go by. I was like, we're just, we friends now. It's all good. And I was like, ain't nothing happened down there in a while. And sure enough, ABC 3340, Tristan Rupert, we're sitting there watching the news, like, wow, another random shooting in East Lake Park. And I'm like, man, I'm going to kill that dude next time I see him. That's why we kept having shootings, because you keep telling on us. Not like I did it, but then my wife said, that's it, no more going there on your way home from work. And I'm like, crap. That was an overfished lake, too, so. Woohoo. See, over there by the dam, all the way over there. I'm probably going to walk around that way. I really don't like walking through all the trees because they're a pretty hawk. It's hard to get over there, and ooh, she's screaming. Yeah, this, like I said, my other lake that I go to a lot, I get hawks over there a lot. I get hawks at my house. It's one thing I love about this area. Lots and lots of red-tailed hawks. And I just love hawks. Well, really any bird of prey. Hey, get away. I think it went right by my line. I don't know what kind of bird that was, but I didn't like that one. Alright, y'all check out my music now underneath my tabs. My releases tab. That's where my publisher releases it all first. Then it goes to, like, Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff. I'm on all streaming platforms. It's just YouTube is the easiest one to get it live at, so it takes longer on all the other ones. Let's see if I can just walk this thing right up onto the grass over here real quick, just so I can show y'all exactly what I mean. And I can't get down there and get it, so that's the faith I have into it. And we're slowing it down. That wasn't me popping, that was just it popping. I mean, I just crawled it all the way across all that. And like I said, if I can't get down there to get it, if it got stuck, that's how much I trust it. And again, I have nothing to do with BizBait other than I'm a customer and I just really like their product. So I'm not getting nothing by it. I don't have any kind of links or anything like that. So you'd have to look it up yourself, which you want to tell them that, hey, do it, and that'd be cool. I appreciate it, but it wouldn't do any good as far as getting me anything other than the fact let them know I am giving them shout outs when I can. Alright, we're gonna walk. Like a big dummy, I left the bugs in the truck, and I ain't going back to the truck till I'm going home. How's it going? beautiful out here. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like people will give you claims all day long that does this, does that. But on top of that, like the other day when I was fishing, the lake I fish at all the time, we've been in drought situations and it's been tough fishing lately. But I went out there Saturday morning after we had some rain. I bet you I had 30 bites on this thing and they didn't tear it up at all. I mean, this is still the same. I still got 4 more in my in the pack of 5. So, I mean, and I got the bundle, so I got 5 packs of 5. So I got all their different flavors. And I think they're all stinky garlic, but you know, I mean, colors and whatnot. So I'm come check this out over here. The other reason why I want to be out here is because it's first time I'm not getting burned up. The sun's supposed to have been out or hidden every day this week, but was it? No. Thank y'all for the likes and stuff. I appreciate that. And look, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I am not a master fisherman. I've been getting out of my comfort zone. Part of the reason of getting these is me getting out of my comfort zone. I always do hard baits. And I was trying to do a lot more soft plastics this week because that's just something that like I said, I'm not comfortable doing because I've never done it. Annie, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. I know I can count on you for a like. I appreciate that. How are you doing, man? Look, I go back to work tomorrow, and I know I'm not going to be able to fish as much this coming week. I just want to come out here and throw this frog around a little bit more. I don't care if I catch anything. I'd like to catch some. I'd really like to catch some on top water. We just had a real good rainstorm. And then, of course, I'm coming to the highest pressure lake that I know of. But it's also the second closest lake to my house. So if I'm going to be in between rain, this is probably going to be my spot. Also, the first day I haven't been getting burned up from the sun all day. So pretty stoked about that. And I've only brought 2 poles with me. Well, I mean, I got the third one in the truck, but I don't count because the truck's over there. And I am not. So this side of the lake's where all the structure's at. The other side of the lake's real clean, real easy fishing, so that's where everyone's always at. Yeah. You know, that's something, oh, thank you, by the way. That's something that I used to get the 6 cents, their pack that you get every month. I forget which one it's called, but and I liked it because it got me out of my comfort zone because it sent me new stuff, and I'm like, what the heck is that? I don't even know what that is. And I was like, I had to do research to figure out what it was, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, and I was like, oh, I like this. But I still stayed away from all the plastics. What's up, Florida? How you doing, brother? Look at that. I'm on land today. Yeah, Denny, I'm doing really good, man. I gotta go back to work. Like I said, I gotta go back to work tomorrow. And I'm really, really digging this frog. And I just want to throw it a few more times before I go back to work. The rain finally stopped, and we've had some nasty rain today. Florida, how you doing, brother? Did you get out today at all? Oh, I heard that. Yeah, I should have wrapped it around that right there. There's another thing I hate about coming out here. I'm like sitting right here. I'm looking at, let's see here. 1, there's 2. There's another one over there, 3 bobbers. I got a little thing here. I'll show you in a second. People throw so much stuff into the trees over here. and just cut it and leave it because they can't get it back out. All right. Let me find this. I don't even know what pocket I put it in. Yeah, here we go. So I got this little thing that you can put on the end of your pole. You wrap it around the string. It's got heavy, really strong magnets in it right there, and it's got a razor blade right there, and you can cut stuff out of the trees, lures and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you're paying for yourself today on this trip. So we'll see. Ah. Third shift was always hard. I never really cared for working on third shift. When I was younger, I mean, it was all right for a little while because we'd always leave and go get a bunch of beer and go back to someone's house and just throw down. But once I got a little bit older and had the kids and stuff, I'm like, no, I can't do it. Oh yeah, renters are nasty. From not all of them, but obviously you don't want to paint with a wide brush. But it's not their property. It's not their stuff. They don't care. It's like my neighbors. I love my neighbors. They've moved for 2 years up to Missouri, Montana. One of those. I forget. They're coming back either way. But they gave rented their house out, and I look out there, and their dog is just standing on the back porch that my neighbor just built, the back deck, and just out there peeing on the back deck. And they got him just sitting out there, and they're not walking him. It was the kid. It wasn't the parents. It's just, you know how kids are. And I'm like, come on, man. That's just so disrespectful. Oh yeah, I mean that could have been so much easier to fix, a year and a half ago, or whenever. That's crazy. Ugh. Look, and I'm a dog person. I mean, I talk about my dogs all the time, and I got big dogs, and but I mean, you got to do what you got to do with them. You can't just let them be nasty. Dogs can be nasty, but you can teach them to not be. You don't want them to use the bathroom in the house. Don't let them. They know they're not allowed to. They can go 10 hours if they have to. They hold it a lot better than I can. Shoot, I can't go 2 hours at work. My boss tell you all about it. But, they can. It's kind of crazy. Right. Doesn't mean you want to clean up after other people's dogs all day and fix the other people's dogs' mess. I don't either. I mean, shoot. I don't mind cleaning up poop out of my yard. I just don't want to clean up other people's dogs' poop out of my yard. It's all being responsible. And that's really sad. I hate that for the dogs, to be honest with you. I mean, I hate it for you too, but I really hate it for the dogs because they shouldn't have to live like that. But yet, they do sometimes. I would race you, but I ain't running. So. Good. How are you today? That's a fat people joke. Fat people don't run unless something's gonna eat us. And then all I gotta do is run faster than the guy next to me. So and I'm not against tripping someone in a situation such as that. I know I'm horrible. Oh, I know. We got a lot of students in there. A couple parties, I'm sure, every now and again. What kind of fishing rod you looking for? Personally, I like the stiffer rods. Hate saying that, but there we go. Yeah, I just about went down. I think that's karma, me talking about I tripped someone if someone's trying to eat me. But right here I got the Asagi for Sweet Caroline from Cast King. I really love Cast King products. I do. And I like the people. I've interacted with a lot of them. Their customer service, I think, is by far above any other in my experience. And then I also have the Royal Legend Pro, which is also by Cast King, and I like this one too. It's just it's a medium moderate, I think, and I'm used to medium heavy or even heavy. You know it. This is the MGTI. It's a magnesium housing and a titanium spool, and I love it. St. Creek's, yeah, that one's good too. Oh, sweet. Property is the way to go. My wife and I talked about, because we just bought some property, and we're going to build a barn dominium on it. And our house now is more than doubled in value. And so we got so much equity in it. And we actually thought about renting it out, but really I just don't want to deal with renters. If I can sell it and almost pay for the barn dominium, I think I'm going to do that. Open cast. So you like the spinning rods and the spinning reels? Nothing in the world wrong with that. That's what I've always used until about last year, and I started using the bait casters. So it's a preference thing. Now I do have some spinning rod or spinners too, but I've given most of them away to my kids. But I like these right here. This is actually the first reel that I've ever had that I could cast without using a thumb as far as bait casters go. But Cast King's got a really good, it's the Sharky 3, their spinning rod, or spinning reel and rods. And I like the Spartacus 2 rods. I actually got 3 of those, but they have them for spinning and for caster, whichever one you want. There you go. Yeah, but you got a reel job, R-E-E-L. See what I did there? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I wish I could do something like that. I wish I could monetize my hobbies or something like that to where I could, it's like that's all I've ever done is just work. I had kids when I was young, and it's like I never got to do what I wanted to do. I always had to make sure I took care of them, and I always did. So Ducket, okay, I have to check them out. I'm not against using other stuff. I just don't. I mean, I got some stuff I got from Walmart. Oop, right over that stick. I love it. And they're not bad rods at all. Figure if I'm over here on this side, I might as well give the wacky rig a try. My son was using this one earlier. He set up the wacky rig on it. It's got a weighted hook and a weighted wacky hook, and he put it up as a Texas rig. He's like, I ain't catching nothing. I looked at him like, well, that might be why. You got long hair. Your hair could get a real job. I heard that. Yeah, I mean that's it. And really the people that do that, I mean that was me. You know, it's like I've seen most of the country and I'm happy about that. But the reason why I did is because my stepdad, whenever it's time to pay bills, we just moved the car to a different city, different state, because that's what we're living in all the time anyway. And mean, yeah, it sucked then, but I could look back down and I found ways to entertain myself. But like my mom and I were talking one day, and she's like, I know why you work so hard. It's because, you always watch me work hard. I'm like, Mom, I work so hard because I don't want my kids to go through what I went through. I said, I love you, and I know you did the best you could one way or another, but I want to do better. There you go. My brother bought some rentals down in Florida, north of Newport Richie. I forget. You said the name of it, I could tell you. But Newport Richie is about the furthest north I lived, and that was when I was 14. But we did live in Daytona for a little while. When my mom left my stepdad, actually we ended up staying in Clearwater. So I ended up living there for at least 10 years. That's the first time I ever went to the same school more than 1 year in a row. Usually it was like 2 or 3 schools a year, if not more. But I ended up graduating from Clearwater High, and I went there 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. So my son and I came in here one day. We were walking down the path. He saw a video. He's like, Dad, just go with me. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm game. What are we doing? And he put his phone up. He's like, this person's following me. And the guy's like, dude, we're on a walking path. I'm like, it worked. He actually fell for it. It was awesome. Okay. Hard to keep an eye on it. It's that far away. So along with a lot of structure on this side of the lake, this is actually where the original river went through, is on this side. And when they put the little dam down there at the end, it kind of filled the rest of it up over there. They built a retaining wall to keep it in, and it's the deepest side, but it's also got a lot of trees and stuff because they just took bulldozed it all right on into the middle of it. But I have caught. I talked about the bass that was much bigger than my official biggest. That everyone keeps saying was at least 6 pounds. I caught it by that fountain right there on a top water in the afternoon. I had to drag it all the way over to the end of the retaining wall to get it out of the water. But caught 4.5 pounder by the fountain, 4.5 pounder in that little area over there. 3.5 pounder. So there's good fish in here. It's just they've seen so much pressure. It's hard to get them. Damn. Yeah, but I don't know. I think I did pretty good. My kids have never been hungry. Once I started making coals for electric motors, it's not the best job in the world, but my kids have never been hungry, and they appreciate that, which they better. I always tell them they're selfish and just won't eat. So I got to keep working. I don't appreciate it. I got one more left at home. All right. Yeah, I need to come down there and do some chartering with you. Let's see I'm 30 minutes from Birmingham, so I think Birmingham is about 6 hours from you. So I'm about 6.5 hours from you. No, I think it's completely out of the question. I would definitely like to retire. I'm 52 now. But that's why now I do all the stuff I want to do. I go fishing when I want to go fishing. I do my music. I hang out with my kids whenever I can. Oh yeah, we're going down there with the frog. We're gonna see how weedless this bad boy is. Just gotta figure out how to get down there without sliding down there. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. All right. Well, see, I'm thinking it's not that far because anytime I did go down there, like to see family or well friends and stuff, I was always going to Tampa. So that was always a little bit more of a drive, I guess. Still not completely out of the question. Just a little bit more planning involved. So I got, like I said, I got friends who do chartering in Mississippi down the coast. I want to go down there and charter with them too. Their charter's pretty expensive. Like $3,000 to take 6 people out. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to save for that one. Oh, we got some turtles out there. Well, I'm gonna make them mad in a minute. More bobbers, more trash. I know, I'm always fussing about the trash. Oh yeah, Crystal Lake right here, ain't no joke. Let's see here. Trying to figure out how I can get out there. It's snaky too, so you gotta watch that. I don't know how many people get bit here. I haven't got bit here yet, so I've seen them, but they're pretty good about getting out of the way when they see us coming up. But, you know, men, they gotta screw with everything. Yeah, so I had AJ when I was late. Let's see, if I'm 52, he's 15 now. Actually, he was born on my birthday, so we got the same birthday. 37. So, yeah, I was 37, I guess, when he was born. And he's my youngest. My first was born, well, the one that I definitely know about, is she was born when I was 17. And it's all good. See, that's cool. Yeah, it's funny because as much as I moved around and all this stuff, and I have different moms and all that, my kids, I had no supervision as I was younger, so and I took full advantage of it. But all my kids are here in Alabama with us. That may not recover. That recovered. I can't believe that. That is awesome. So yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, we used to like going to the reservation and get our cigarettes when I was younger. That's awesome, man. And the cool thing is, it's like y'all are almost more like friends sometimes. Yeah, and I always hated being the disciplinarian with my kids when we're like so close to the same age. But you know, you got to do what you got to do because you want the best for them. But I don't know, it's awesome. I'm like best friends with all my kids, but they know I'll be the first one to tear them up if they do something stupid. Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm gonna definitely give this a try over here. I'm digging the weedlessness of this frog. You know, and bass don't stay in safe places, I was told. So that's why I wanted to come try it out over here. Because if I didn't, I'd just be dying at work for the next week, being like, I want to go back over there and give it a try. I do want to give it a try from the kayak, though. It'd be a lot easier to throw in here. And I figure with all this would be a good place to throw a frog anyway. Nevada Mike, I see. When I was in 2nd and 3rd grade, I lived out there. We 2009, 2008, 2 years after we got married, I took my wife out there to show her a couple places I lived. We lived in 2 motels while we lived out there. And the U.S. motel, which is still there, and the little Korean lady still remembered me, which is funny. I was a little bit of a hellion. And the U.S. Sands motel, that one's torn down because the airport extended out. But yeah, I shut down the airport when I was down there, when I was in 3rd grade. Well, I can see why she's making the tips then. Everyone loves a redhead. But, yeah, when we were living at the Silver Sands Motel, which is at the end of the strip, when I was in 3rd grade, my buddy and I wanted to go to the airport because they had the little walk. It was the first place we ever seen the walkways that they have, you can stand on them. Hey, y'all. And we wanted to go ride on the little walkway thing. And, well, it was a lot quicker just to walk across the runway, so we did. And we ended up sitting down watching the planes land, and all of a sudden, planes quit landing. And the planes quit landing. We look over, here comes 4 police cars. Well, 4 security cars. And they shut down the airport for like an hour because of us. And that was funny. A lot of people can't brag about something stupid like that. But yeah, it's definitely hot. I used to play in the desert while I was out there, and in between the motel we lived at in the desert, or in the airport, there was like a desert area. And all I did is stayed out there catching snakes and lizards all day, every day. Loved it. But yeah, it was like you had to have cast iron feet if you planned on going to the pool without any shoes on. No, there ain't no way. They dropped me. Shoot, we had at work, the company I just quit. I was working right. It was right by an airport. Birmingham Airport was right behind it. And Obama flew in, and I went up on the roof because I wanted to get pictures of Air Force One, because my tax money goes at my plane too. We had a helicopter came and circled me, and they like hovered over me, and they're pointing like this camera looking gun over me. I think it was a infrared looking for cold spots. And I was like, phew, that ain't good. I was like showing them my camera and my phone. I'm like, I'm just taking a picture. They ended up zooming off, but I'm like, I bet in that parking deck there's snipers watching me right now. I was like, but that was the loudest plane I've ever been around. Exactly. Be like, excuse me. Oh yeah, I heard that. We went back out there. I want to say maybe 3 years ago. My son loves mythology, the mythological stuff, the Greek mythology. So he wanted to see Caesar's Palace. And when I lived out there, I was one of those kids that my parents would drop us like during the summer every morning, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. We were getting dropped off at. We get $10, and we get dropped between my sister and I. We get dropped off at Circus, and then 5 or 6 o'clock at night they come pick us up, and then during the weekends when we had school. But so I want to take my boy to Circus, so we went there, and then we just went and did another tour of the Hoover Dam, because it's kind of what I do for my occupation. But it's the electric motors and hydro and all that. But then we went to Arizona, Williams, Arizona, which was really cool. We had a really good time out there. So. See, that would be a cool take your kid to work day. To me, if I take AJ to work, he won't go because he knows I'm gonna put him on the sandblaster and put him to work. He's like, I don't want to go, Dad. And I'm like, oh no, you can see what your dad does today. He's like, I don't want to. Just bring home a check, Dad. I don't want to see what you're doing. Because he knows I put him to work. The one thing my kids do, though, I will say, none of them have a problem with work ethic. I'm very proud of all of them when it comes to that. And AJ actually is really good. There you go, right over the log on purpose. I'm gonna end up losing this thing just trying to show everyone how weedless it is. Oh, I bet. Of course, that log looks really smooth, so I was kind of, I think I got the natural one with me, but this is the bullfrog color right here, which I really like. Oh wow. Yeah. See, the last place I did that was my buddy and I. We had to, we got rented out, and of course all the racial jokes because he's black, you know. But him and I got rented out to a company, Illinois Electric, I think. They rented us for like 2 weeks, and we went. And this is not a usual typical practice, so it was kind of funny. But him and I went out there, and we worked for San Antonio Power. And man, I'm telling you, the amount of security we had to go through, and I'm like, you know, if they do a background check on me, we may be coming back early. And Gerald's like, wait, what? And I'm like, I know. He's like, I should be the one getting denied, you know, because, like I said, he does a racial jokes too. But it was, oh, here's a nice little clear spot. I've never walked all the way around this lake. I always get bored halfway, but I'm running my mouth now, so, and I'm meeting new folk. So, all right. Let's go down the edge. All right, I'm going with Gordon. There's a lot there. How you doing, bud? Yeah, I definitely want to come back over here with my kayak. I can just imagine how much, now I got that little thing for cutting the stuff out of the trees. Just imagine how much stuff I get now with my kayak, because I usually get plenty when I'm just rolling up to my kayak, or with my kayak. I'm walking around. I'm using my feet today instead of my butt. We went up to northeast Alabama, close to Rome, Georgia, and had to help out my father-in-law and stuff. Actually, I got to do a little bit of fishing outside his condo, but anyone I talked to on the boats and stuff were like, man, it's been tough today. We ain't got nothing. And of course, while I was talking to one guy, he got probably a 27-inch bass right in front of me, and I'm like, he's like, I swear it's the only one I've gotten all day. I'm like, you're lying to me. He's like, no. I went out to the other pier, and everyone down there, and the boats that were out there, everyone's like, no, we ain't caught nothing. And I'm like, well, I ain't missing nothing there. We got people in $100,000 boats who can't catch nothing. Not that money has anything to do with it. It's more of a joke. All right, I know I say it a lot, and I really do mean it, though, but I really appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me. Debating putting some crappie. Now, they do have crappie in here, but they're really, really, really small. I'm debating putting a crappie rig on my other pole. I'm just kind of switching back and forth, using a frog, crappie. Coming here one day, dude had a whole stringer just full of crappie. Ain't one of them bigger than my hand. But where I was at today, it's like I'll get them as big as my forearm. Gordon, where are you watching from, if you don't mind me asking? You may have told me before, but I have a horrible memory. One thing about this lake, it's got a lot of big carp in it. Really don't fish for carp. But they have I was going just trolling one day, and I thought I hit a log. I was like, what the flare? I turned around, there's this huge carp following me. I bet the thing was 3 feet long, and he kept attacking my trolling motor. Oh yeah, no doubt. They are fun, and I've caught plenty of them. And I debated turning. I don't think I had the rig all set up to do it with him, but at the time, but I'm definitely not opposed to it. Had one of our buddies. Met a bunch of guys up here do TikTok live at this lake, and One of our buddies, he caught one here, and by the time he got to shore, it died. And I was like, kind of hate that, but one thing I like about bringing my kayak or john boat out here is that house right there. I don't know if you can see a little boat ramp and a little boat right here, but right inside those trees, there's a runoff from the neighborhood across the street, and I'll cast in there. I've caught so many bass in there, but you can't get to it from the shore, so that's where they all just kind of congregate. And I threw a crankbait up in there one day, and it looked like the Mexican sun artwork. It's like they went in all directions. I had about 10 of them come flying out of there. I was like, oh crap, I might be done with this after all. Yep, knew I was gonna do that. I got it up over one stick and under another. Come on, baby. Ha. And still got it out. All right. I can see that. I mean, they're like the cleaners of the waterways. Them catfish. What time is it? Man, it's already 6 o'clock. I ain't halfway around the lake yet. I think I'm gonna speed up a little bit and go down there because I want to go by the dam with that frog. I think it's about a 2.5 mile walk around the lake. I'm about to make that walk. Get my steps in, I guess, for the weekend. Alright, I hope y'all took your Dramamine. Here we go. It's probably the only thing I don't like about this little neck thing. Yeah. I'll just be a little bit more picky about where I'm stopping, I guess. I got my work shoes on, which is kind of dumb. Because every time I hit one of these wet roots, my foot goes sliding. Alan, I'm fishing for bass. And basically, we just had a really, really bad storm come through and just really churned up all the water. I'm hoping to reset everything, but I've been fussing about not having any rain for the last 2 weeks. So I'm really excited about the rain. And but I just got some of the bizbait frogs, the pad daddies. And this one frog right here, let me see if I can get it down here to you. I've been casting this one since Saturday. It's probably had 30 fish on it. It's still going strong, still has smell to it. And I gotta go back to work tomorrow, and I'm like, I just want to cast it a little bit more. So I'm back out here on another live, which is cool because I get to talk to people and stuff while I'm fishing without having people in my fishing spots. So that's kind of dope. Personally, I don't know anyone who does eat carp. I mean, I know you got carp balls and stuff like that, but I know you didn't ask me, but I know a lot of people catch them and use them just for fertilizer because they make really good fertilizer. The Sacagawea coin on the back of it, it's got the Trinity, the three sisters, referring to they would take a mound and they'd bury carp in it, and then in that mound they would plant squash and beans and corn, and that was the three sisters. The bean would grow up the stalk of the corn, and the squash would keep the weeds from growing, and then of course the fish would fertilize everything. But they may have used other fish too, but I was always told it was carp. Maybe not be the Sacagawea coin, but it's the gold dollar coin that came out about, what, 20 years ago? 30, 25 years ago, whatever. some of these spots are real juicy. Get off my frog. I don't like the way they smell. My neighbor used to cook them, and it was like, well, but I never seen him eat them, so I don't know what he was doing with them. Or he cooked them once or twice, but it just didn't smell like regular fish. I just didn't care for it. Alan, I'm in I'm in Alabama. I'm right now where I'm at, about 25 miles northeast of Birmingham, and I'm actually, it's about a 2.5 mile walk around this lake, and I want to get to a spot over here, and there's a couple different spots I want to get to, which is going to put me walking around pretty much the whole lake. So every now and again, y'all going to feel like you're going to need some Dramamine or something. My apologies, sir. And if you don't mind, check out my music underneath my releases tab on my channel. If you get time, I'd appreciate that. Well, I've been out here about an hour. I think it quit raining an hour and 20 minutes ago. It's like I was watching the radar and I was driving in the rain getting over here. That's a big old bird. Let's get a little bit closer to that tree. Good night. Car backfired, scared the fire out of me. So I don't know if y'all saw the camera jump or not. It was a pucker moment. I didn't like it. Not the best part of town I'm in right now either, by the way. I can see that, but because I'd smoke anything. I love smoking stuff. All my buddies were surprised I didn't do any grilling this weekend. If I had time, I'd smoke everything. But I think it's the smoke that tastes better so much than the carb. And like I said a little bit ago, I'm a big dummy and left my bug spray in the car, in the truck. Hoping with the rain and everything would make the frog more appealing to the. You figure, the frogs will be coming out a little bit. I'm not hearing frogs like I was hearing them over at the other lake, that's for sure. So, like I've said a couple times this week, I'm kind of new to the whole YouTube live thing. This is my first week really doing it. Is it normal? Because I really like how everyone gets in here and kind of conversates amongst yourselves a little bit, and it's like you got multiple conversations going and stuff. I think it's just kind of cool, and I just wonder if that was a normal thing or what. And I definitely like when people give me tips. I'm throwing that out there. Ain't never hurt my feelings to give me a tip. Like I said, I've just recently gotten serious about fishing, and I've always used like live bait or something. But well, I hate this. I'm still continuing forward, but right there, let's see if you can see my pole. I'm about to upset a mama duck. Yeah, I was gonna do a jig. I was even thinking about using one of the black frogs. So I'm hoping they don't move. I don't want to upset everybody. But yeah, they're getting ready to take off. See you, Mama. I'm gonna keep on moving. I would cast right there. Maybe they'll come back. Oh, y'all about lost me again. Down here by this dam, I've caught 4-pounders. But yeah, they're where I started out at. It actually looks like chocolate milk. I mean, it's like no joke. Oh, it's a turtle. When you say a drop bait, you talking like a drop shot? I have a drop shot that I really want to try. It's actually a jig, a drop shot jig. It's called the Hedgehog from LS Lures, and Hunter sent me one, and I definitely want to give that a try. Huh. Hey, let me see if I can do a green screen real quick. I want to show y'all something. I gotta figure out how to turn it back off. But I did I made a shirt yesterday. Let's see if I can show y'all. Real Outdoors, what's up, brother? No, we just had a pretty bad storm, so I wanted to come out here and I'll check this out real quick if I can find it. Nope. Yeah, I made that shirt. I designed that shirt last night with this little frog. Just gotta find someone who can make it for me now. All right, now I gotta figure out how to turn that off. Man, you're making me hungry. Yeah, I designed that last night and I sent it to BizBaits. And I was like, y'all can have it. Just get it printed up. I'll buy one. Or give me one. I'd appreciate that too. And then I got a picture of the frog on the left breast. And it has a Pad Daddy around it. Looks like it's been painted with paint dripping. Thank you for that like. Oh no, I don't want thunder now. I'm like right at the halfway point away from my truck. So, and I didn't bring my sombrero out here with me. Look, that right there looks like a beaver right here. Ah, that was a huge frog. Did y'all see that? Looked like somebody kicked it. Boom. Yeah, I gotta find me someone else. If they don't make that shirt, which I mean I don't care if they do or not really, but either way, I need to make. I want one. So I'm gonna try and find me someone that can make it with the high high definition graphics on it. You know, I showed one other person, so there you go, y'all. Other than them. For real, Jonathan, that all made me hungry. I'm gonna go and make some potatoes. Make like a breakfast casserole or something. Potatoes and cheese and some turkey sausage. Get that all together for tomorrow morning. I'm not ready to go back to work, I'll tell you that. I've never walked along this path right here. But I tell you what, I wish I would have brought a trash bag with me. Outdoors, how's your day? Did you get any fishing in today? Do, 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 do. See, those are just a little bit too far for me to get with that little device that I got. See, that looks like there's been a beaver over here. That is beaver. Huh. I was just kidding a little bit ago when I saw those sticks back there, and I said, that looks like it's from a beaver. May actually have been. I have not seen a beaver out here. Oh, dang it. There's someone over there by the dam. I done walked all the way over here, and there's someone there. That's kind of rude. Public fishing places, I tell you what. Oh, dude with his daughter, that's cool. Glad to see that. All jokes aside, I'm gonna go be friendly. No, I'm not. I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm still gonna cast by some of these trees. Might be his girlfriend. He may have a real short girlfriend. I can't see very well. But either way, I like to see people out doing it all. Getting out here in the woods, getting out here in the nature, doing their thing.
Any luck?
No, sir, not yet. Just running my mouth a whole bunch. So I'm good at. Yes, sir. Let's see here. Yeah, that's a little too far. Dang it. If I had my other rod, I probably could have reached it. So for y'all that haven't been here earlier, so I bought this. It's got really strong magnets in it. It's got a razor up there at the top, and you put your rod tip in here, and then you put it on the lure, and you can cut it and pull it out of the tree. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna pay for itself. Oh, turtle eggs, turtle. Well, a turtle egg. So I'm looking forward to using that. Of all the places I go to, this is probably the second most pressured place I go to. You know, if you come out here and, like I said, you can get crappie and all that stuff, but they're like really small. And actually, right where that fella's over there with his daughter or girlfriend or whatever's going on over there, that's actually a pretty good spot for crappie. That guy said that come out here, and he had a whole stringer of them one day. That's where he was sitting. Now, it looks like he actually just caught a little one. Yeah, they came out here and actually shocked this lake one time. And they said thousands of bass floated up. And but like I said, there's so much pressure here. These fish have seen everything. And the thing I've had actually the best luck with is my bluegill lures. So you think, well, then why aren't I using that? But like I said, I just wanted to play with this frog. Figured it just got done raining. It'd be a good time to do it. Well, that's a little steeper than I thought it was going to be. I didn't fall. But yeah, that looks like stuff the scary movies are made out of. Caught multiple 4-pound bass over here by this dam. No, just running my mouth a bunch. So, how y'all doing? I saw you caught a little one just now.
Oh yeah, I caught like close to like a 10-inch like bluegill.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a big bluegill.
Yeah. He was just chilling about right here, but all I'm getting now is like little baby ones.
You know, little baby gills? Okay, that's cool. Hey, but at least you're getting something on the bank, so that's good.
Someone caught like a bag around there or something like that earlier.
Yeah, I got this new bait. I just want to come throw it around before I got to go back to work tomorrow. But yeah, I've caught a bunch of 4-pounders over here, so that's kind of why I just walked all the way around. I usually don't walk all the way around. I usually have to park here and walk here, or park over there and fish over there. But I was like, I'll get my steps in today. So, well, good luck, guys. All right, thank you. You too, sir. Thank you. And I'm seeing a bunch of turtles over here again. I hate that. This is probably the most turtle-infested lake I've ever been to. Also, like I said, they got inland lake up here that they have put male alligators in there to keep the turtle population down. Kind of wish they do that here, but too many people in the water. Yeah, it's probably only about 2.5, 3 feet deep. Oh, look, it's a little baby one. Mama just tried catching it before it got scooped away. That was kind of cool. But it's not very deep. It's only maybe a couple feet deep right here where I'm fishing right now. Oh, you're gonna lose your baby. You better get it. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Mama's getting that little baby duck's butt. The little baby's right there right now. And Mama keeps chasing around. It keeps getting swept down the little thing. There it goes. It's booking it. Oh, wow. You want to see a bass eat a duck? We might see that. Looks like that thing's walking on water. It's floating now. Oh, now it's out there screaming because it don't got its mama. Kids these days, right? All right, y'all. There's 20 of y'all in here, so if y'all don't mind, at some point, check out my music underneath my releases tab. My publisher releases all my music. Kills me. I had so many fish on this thing Saturday. That little duckling is all the way out in the middle of the lake now, screaming for its mama, so mama's going out there. Like I said earlier, everyone out here that I've ran into has been pretty nice, other than that one dude. But yeah, when the water comes up pretty good, a lot of the sticks and stuff go over this dam, and then it just goes back from there to in the woods. But be hard pressed to catch anything in there. It's a lot of trees that you be fishing around. But yeah, I got a lot of videos where and pictures and stuff where I've caught fish right here. But like I said, I was talking with that guy. He's like, not having a whole lot happening. Yeah, that was in the tree. Every now and then you can come over here and you can see bass just sitting here facing that way. Just trying to catch something coming over here towards the dam. Real outdoors. Did you have to work today? Being Memorial Day. Didn't know. Seen a lot of mail trucks on the road today, but I wasn't sure if it was all of them or what was going on there. Boom, 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 boom. See where they cut down a lot of trees right here, just threw them all down there at the bottom when they put this dam over here. Come on, bird. All right, fishies. Getting to the 11th hour here. Kind of moving things along a little bit faster than I usually do. Now it's starting to rain again. Yeah, I say that like I usually walk around here, but usually when I get to a spot, I stay a little bit longer than what I have been doing. Like I said, that's my first time walking all the way around that way. And it's just because I wanted to play with this frog a little bit more. Bounce off a turtle's back. Yeah, I got one of my videos. I got topwater hits over here. I got topwater hits behind me. Just sit here and go down the bank on each side and just throw it, turn it, throw it. I didn't even bother going out there. It's probably about 15 feet deep out there. So the geese and the ducks are fussing with each other. And the ducks are bowing down. I'm about to go make them all mad. Other than that one frog that just jumped in a minute ago that I scared, I have not seen any frogs out here, so I knew that might be an issue, but wasn't too concerned with that. Because, you know, bass will pretty much eat everything that they can get their hands on. Yeah. Their teeth. Alright. I see why they're slow. I got the Canadian geese here. And I see what the issue is, why everyone's so uptight. Got a big old goose down there. And that's why they're all protecting their babies from the goose. There may be a baby down there. Because there is. There's 2 babies down there, actually. And there's 2 geese down there with them. The goose is honking at everybody. Troublemaker. Alright, y'all. Don't attack me. I'll kick you back. I just push them away. I won't really kick them. Had one bird out here. He was attacking my buddy's foot. One of the ducks. And I was like, oh, look, he's cool with me. And I'm like an idiot. I reached down to pet it. Well, that thing latched onto my hand. I didn't know they do that. But they do. They'll butt the fire out of you. And it's not like he grabbed a finger. He like grabbed just skin. And like was just holding. And I'm like, I don't know how any bugs ever get away from them, because that thing had me like a mom will pinch you. Like your mom reach around from the front seat and like get a hold of your leg or something when you were a kid. Yeah, it was like that. It sucked. Stupid duck. Yeah, so I saw one earlier about the boat launch. You got the boat launch right there. And that's where I was coming back to get my boat out. And as I'm coming up with my boat, he parks right there in front. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Jackwagon. So, anyways, I told him to go ahead and keep on going. I was gonna let the tow truck move it. He come back and moved it real quick. He running his mouth, but whatever. There's usually a bunch of grass floating around over here. And there's usually bass up underneath it, but the grass is gone. Of course, you get something, you're like, is that bass or grass? I don't know. I've seen no topwater. Usually you can at least see something, every now and again. I guess I've seen a few during the walk, but not many. Can you hear the plopping sound that thing makes? I didn't think a frog like this would make a plopping sound. I thought wrong. Yeah, but that last guy I was talking to, he said he caught a 10-inch bluegill. Oh my good Lord. Do, 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 do. People are probably gonna be laughing at me. I'm walking by, I got my big old backpack on, I got my little $7 tackle box, and just throwing one frog. Oh, some more babies. Now I'm gonna come over here. You can walk right up to these people's fence and fish, but they got signs saying no fishing beyond this point. Now I can cast beyond that point. I just can't walk up there because it's their yard. So I won't do that. But caught some big fish over there too. Like I said, I've come out here. I used to come out here every day on my way home from work, and it was always like some days I catch something, some days I wouldn't. Oh, where's your trash can? Alright, let's see if I can figure out how to put this thing on my fishing pole. Through here. guess I could have done this before. I wanted to try it out, but supposed to put it on the tip, just the tip, and lock it in place. I think I figured it out. Nope, that's not it. This seems to be it. Nope. Alright, well, I was going to cut all that stuff down because I want to see how this thing works, but I think I better figure out how to put this on my pole before I do that. Alright. And of course the wind's picking up. So I'll be casting into the wind for a second. It's always fun. You can see a couple people coming cast in right here. It's not very deep right here at all, which is kind of what I'm hoping for. All right, so all the new people that are in here, where y'all watching from? So I'm not staying long in each place because I gotta get up early, get my butt to work in the morning. Now I gotta walk around these two houses though. I always want to bring my dogs out here, but there's just so much trash, and you can find hooks and stuff everywhere, and I just don't want my dogs walking around out here. People bring their dogs out here all the time though, and I'm like, I just can't do it. I'm always picking up trash and hooks and line and stuff. Ain't no way I could bring my dog out here. Catch me an SUV maybe. I have better luck at that. And as you can see why this is extremely pressured water right here. And the only reason why there's probably not 50 people out here fishing right now is because it just got done raining. Like I said, I've met a lot of good guys out here too. So a lot of them that do TikTok live. I think we have a group called the Cosby Crew. I say a group, it's a group message because it's Lake Cosby and we all met out here, and we'll all meet up every now and again and just come out here and just sometimes just shoot the crap. Sometimes we'll fish. Sometimes I'll just get on and like do lives with each other. But usually we got some new bait we want to try, like me with this stupid frog that I really like. So you got all this drainage and stuff on that side. That's going up underneath the road right here, and that's the spot that I was talking about earlier, where when I'm on my boat, I cast in there, and it's just always full of fish, but you can't get to it from bank, so that's why the fish are always in there. But it comes out right over there on these people's property. It goes out right there and between all those trees. I threatened to come in here and dang, they're in my other spot. I threatened to come in here and cut a couple of the trees back in there so I can cast in there better. Huh. There used to be a fountain right here. I didn't even notice it wasn't here anymore. But yeah, that whole group of trees right there is a runoff ditch on the other side. Yeah, bunch of turtles over here. That's never a good sign. Whenever there's turtles, there's usually not a bunch of fish. So much trash. Look good. Someone got a brand new fishing pole. That's nice. I try to get as close to that drainage ditch as I can. Wish I would have wore my other shoes. So I'll walk out there. I don't care. But like I said, it's like a big dummy. I wore my work shoes. I got another pair, but these will work. But yeah, I sat right there one day, kept casting in those weeds back there. I don't know. I don't even know how many fish I caught. I quit catching or quit counting. That's when I quit bank fishing over here. Like I said, I only really came out today because I wanted to try out this frog a few more times before I went to work tomorrow. Owls are screeching. Said there is no shortage of wildlife out here. I think I love it, Alabama. Anywhere you go, plenty of wildlife. One thing I do like about this lake, there's not a whole lot of grass in it, of vegetation. So I do like using my jigs out here too every now and again. But again, they see a lot of that. I even brought my donkey punch rig out here. Had some punch skirts. I put them on some, put some trailers on them, and I hooked them up like a donkey rig. Called it my donkey punch rig. Caught nothing on it. Like I said, I'm still learning. There's one over out there, which is a big old turtle. I don't think I'm going to cast to him. Two big old turtles. So this is probably the most shallow spot of the whole lake as far as a large area. And that stick sticking up right there, that's probably about 20 yards out. I could walk out there and probably not get about any deeper in my knees. But there are a lot of snapping turtles in here, so I probably wouldn't do that. I got a buddy of mine, like I said, does a lot of tournaments and stuff. I'll make him come out here with me and be like, dude, show me what I'm doing wrong. You know what? I don't have any more trees. I'm gonna just put this other pole on my backpack, I think. You know they're out here. It's funny, we were up at Weiss Lake today, and there are people. The condominium owns a couple little docks. One's a pier and one's a dock, and people are rolling up on them like in our best spots fishing. And I mean, it was perfectly legal what they were doing. I mean, I hated they were in our spots, but that my father-in-law's condo pays for. But the thing I really hate is when, like you said, Karens get out there who don't even fish it. They're like, get away from my dock. Get away from my fish. I went out there, I was talking to one guy. I'm like, I want to come out here and be a Karen, but I just can't bring it. I just ain't in me. I can't do it. Oh yeah, they do. I've been on boats when they've done it. I'm like, you just don't know the law at all. I mean, it's like, this is not your lake. But they darn sure think it is. And like I said, I mean, they were fishing under our docks today, and they were in spots that I couldn't even fish it on our dock because they were already there. But I didn't feel like we could run them off because, I mean, it's a navigable waterway, so they have the right to be there too. So it is what it is. Just kind of sucked that I drove an hour and a half to watch them fish them. Mm-hmm. That guy smelled really good. You know, I don't know what he's fishing for. Alright, danger hazardous. This is like where I caught my biggest fish at. I was throwing top water over there. There's a rapala or a jackal, cup wrap, maybe, I think. Yeah, caught it on top water, middle of the afternoon. It was huge. But yeah, I got a lot of videos of catching fish over here. Wish I could have one of them catch one today, though. So you actually live on the water, and they're saying you can't fish in it. Shoot. You're like, stop me. Firm believer, you get what you give. A lot of these people just they don't live by that. We have I usually so Michael, I got a private lake that I fish at, and usually the fishing is really good, but we've been really having a drought, so I'm really excited to see what happens now that we've had all this rain. And it's the last couple of weeks have been horrible. Saturday was real good. This Pad Daddy actually was very warm. They probably had 30 fish on it Saturday morning, and it's still going strong. I mean, it's just nothing wrong with it, but didn't get them all on the boat. I'm not saying that, but it was by BizBait. I love BizBait's products. I talk about them a lot. You'd think I'm an ambassador, but I'm not. I'm definitely open to it, but you know, both parties have got to be open to it. Apparently, I don't know. Ah, no kidding. That's not a bad idea. Because lake I fish at, they got a lot, and I do mean a lot of snodgrass. Alfred, what's up? Thank you so much for stopping in. All right, I'm gonna throw this out real quick because I ain't said it in a minute. My boy Jacob ain't in here to remind me, but if y'all look at the releases tab on my channel, that's where my producer, not my producer, I'm the producer. That's where my publisher releases all my music at. And they release it everywhere, but it goes live here first. I guess it's because it's just easier on YouTube. But they have then it goes to all the streaming platforms around the world after that. Usually takes a few days to get everything else in line. But Spotify, I don't know, Pandora, Apple Music, Prime, Deezer. I don't even know what Deezer is, but I keep getting notifications I'm on there and streaming live. So I'm in 35 countries at least, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, if y'all like it, cool, add me. If not, that's cool. I won't hurt my feelings if you don't like it. You only gotta come tell me how horrible I am. I guess you can if you want to. Just do it on my live, so that way, you know, I get credit for it. But yeah, I've caught a 4.5. The one time I've used a drop shot was on the other side of that fountain. I was sitting out there in my John boat, and I just used a drop shot, put it in, and I started hooking up another pole to start fishing with, and they had I caught a 4-pound bass right there. Okay, I like that. And I got some big old catfish rods that are like, they can be used for shore rods too. I mean, they're a little short, but you know, I guess I can handle that. They're that's a really good idea. I didn't think about that because I have to do everything on the by the dam because there's no snodgrass by the dam over there. The rest of it's all like a lot of the lay downs that there are and stuff. There's a lot of snodgrass down there. But that's, like I said, that's a really good idea. Hey, y'all, if you don't mind, I mean, obviously I'd like you to give me some likes. I'd appreciate that. But if you do subscribe, make sure you make a comment on like one of my first shorts or something because I don't get the notifications for some reason. I've had like 700 people in the last couple of weeks, 800 people. And I have got like maybe 5 notifications about, oh, you got a new subscriber. And I'm like, where are the rest of them at? And I do my best to get back out there and subscribe to everybody, but it makes it easier if I do get my notification. Don't comment on my music. I mean, you can, but I don't get those notifications either. I have nothing to do with anything under the releases tab, other than it's my music, which is weird. But anyway, but just like my short, that's why I say I'm one of my shorts or something, because that way I definitely get those notifications, and I'll definitely sub back. Yes, I bring my John boat out here, and I bring my kayak out here. Today I just came out to stop. I was driving in the rain because I was watching the radar, and I'm like, it's about to stop raining. And like I said, I've had 4 days off because I had issues. I got into really bad poison oak. Legs were swollen and burning, and I'm like, if this is what an STD feels like, I'm glad I ain't never got one. But had to go to a doctor, get shots and all. Anyways, I had to stay off my legs because they were just hurting so bad. But I was able to sit in my kayak for 3 days at the lake I'm usually at. I'm hoping the water levels went up. Hope we got some more oxygen in there. I can't wait to get back at it. Maybe tomorrow night or Tuesday or Wednesday night. Well, mine's more like I started off just kind of country, kind of like the country rap stuff, you know, the hip hop. But then I was kind of like, that's not really my sound. I mean, it's just not what I was comfortable with. I kind of settled with kind of like the dark outlaw country. And like Kings of the Valley, I've had a lot of people be like, dude, I really didn't think that was going to be a good song. And that's just a banger right there. I actually made that song playing around. I'm like, no, we're keeping it. I like that one. But most of my music's about fishing. I know you like that, so you know, we got that in common. Hunting, outdoor stuff, my family, blue collar, my truck. Because, you know, I don't care what kind of country song it is, you gotta have a truck in there, you know. Got moonshine. Hey brother, hey y'all, listen, I don't know, any of y'all like history or, you know, metal detecting, gold, just mystery? My man right there, History Seekers, that's the guy y'all need to follow. He even found, you know, I don't know, oh crap, I got all excited because Heath came in here. You know, they had Elvis's little brother, they actually didn't know where his grave was. He found it. Dude's awesome. He's just, you want to talk about finding a needle in a haystack. They want to find life on Mars. They need to send Heath up there. He'll find that stuff. Heath, did you make it home, brother? Or y'all still en route? Heath's just up in the upper peninsula of Michigan. He's on his way back to Alabama. Got an event coming up here in a few days. Good. We need you back in here looking out for everybody. Oh. Yeah, Michael, it's that's the Old Town Road. They yeah, just check it out. It's good stuff. Swamp Rat, how you doing, bud? I'm doing good, man. I'm getting ready to go back to work, and I've loved this frog so much the other day. I'm like, I'm gonna go throw it for a little bit, even if I don't catch nothing. I just want to. I drove out here in the rain because I was watching the radar, and it said it was about to stop here, and I'm like, I'm going over. This is like the most overfished lake you'll ever find. How's your day going, brother? Yeah, Heath, I'm definitely coming to the event. Like I said, I already got time off. I need to. What was the name of that hotel again? I'm an idiot. I know you said it's the only one in Heflin, but I'm going to definitely call them tomorrow and make a reservation. And you said I probably just need to do Friday night. But you know, I have my late brother. I have his panning, his gold pans, and I definitely want to use those. Hey, Miss Amber, how are you? That is awesome. It's turning into a party. Miss Amber, I'm telling you, I'm so jealous of y'all going up to Alaska still. Amber and Heath went up to Alaska. They got to detect and everything on. Actually, I was telling them people about this the other day about y'all going up there and detecting on Wyatt Earp's property. They won in a poker game. That's so cool. Howard Johnson, yeah. Now that I've seen it. Friday meet and greet. 1 million Facebook followers. Oh, was it Facebook followers? I don't know if it's Facebook or it was YouTube. How many you have here on YouTube now? I know you have over 500,000. No, sir. This is in the middle of Clay. It's about, I don't know, about roughly about 16 minutes away from my house. And I can make it in 12 if my buddies are down here. But it is the most overfished lake I've ever been to. I mean, there's one day I was standing here and literally from right there at that pavilion, literally right there, all the way down to that bridge, there were over 30 people standing there fishing. These fish have seen everything. So literally, I was just coming down here to play with the Pad Daddy frog again because I really like this bait. I'm hoping the water levels are going to be up now because that last storm we just had was rough, and I hope it got a lot more oxygen in that little lake. I'm gonna go hit that Tuesday or Wednesday night. Quentin, good afternoon, brother. One thing I do like about this lake is there's a snapping turtle, just a mean little joker. I say that. I call him Gary because he's ornery as all get out. I had a buddy named Gary who passed away who was about the most ornery person I've ever met. But he always finds me. And I used to bring hot dogs here to give him. And he would just, if you look at my music, one of my very first songs, Pondside Vibes, it's actually a picture of him sitting in front of me just staring at me from inside the water. Like 2 or 3 feet in front of me, just watching me because he was waiting for a hot dog. That being said, y'all check out my music underneath my releases tab. I'd appreciate that. It's where my publisher releases it all first before it goes to all the streaming platforms. So you got crappie, bluegill, bass, catfish. There's just a hodgepodge of stuff in here, and it's just the biggest problem is so many people. The only reason why there's not so many people out here right now is because literally the storms quit right before. I mean, I was driving in the storm to get out here. I mean, I was watching the rain go, like it was going this way. I was watching it just end on the water, just going. I'm like, oh, I'm up. But I have caught my biggest bass. I know you may have heard me talk about a bass that I caught I didn't have the scale. And that was the day I went and bought the scale. That bass that I caught it standing right here at this fountain. Heath, that's my bucket. I'm telling you, that's my bucket list. Fishing, hunting, gold mining, panning for gold, detecting for gold. I mean, that's my euphoria right there. It's just, but yeah, I definitely want to go up there and do elk hunting. Of course, I want to see grizzly bears too, like you did, but like I said, Leslie and I looked at all the, now I don't know if that's going to be a yearly thing for y'all to go to Alaska, but I definitely want to go in the next year or two. But I know they got a lot of salmon and stuff. I wouldn't keep that because I'm not a fan of eating salmon. I like the white flaky fishes. Again, if y'all like history and mystery and stuff, y'all need to follow History Seekers. And not to mention, he's just one of my best friends. He's a really great guy. I should have muted it before I said that. I don't want to go to his head. Kidding. Yeah, Swamp Rant. They have a lot. They actually shocked this. They shut down the lake at one time, wouldn't allow any fishing. They came out here and they actually shocked it with electricity, and they said they had thousands of bass and catfish that just floated up. And they had signs up for a long time that there's only certain sized bass you could take out of here. Anything under 13 inches you could take. Anything over 13 inches you had to leave. Love that little frog. Look, I'm just easily entertained, y'all. That's pretty much what that boils down to. But yeah, like I said, I'm getting ready to make it back to. Wow, wind just hit my backpack so hard it felt like someone's pushing me. But I'm getting ready to make it back to my truck, and when I do, I'm not gonna make y'all drive home with me, but turtles. There's so many turtles in here. But when I do, I probably won't fish tomorrow night. I really do need to do a little bit more to help Mama out at the house. She's been real good to me this week. And Wednesday I'll probably hit it again. See, these turtles aren't scared of people. I mean, he's just swimming over to me. Like, what's up, homie? Any food for me? You're a big guy, you probably got food. So I'm gonna bounce a frog off your head. Come on now, get. Heath, do you have any adventures planned between now and the event? Let me know if you have a weekend adventure going, and I'll definitely roll with you. Next weekend we're doing birthday parties for all the May birthdays, for all the grandkids and kids. The grandkids get their own, but then we still do another one for everybody, and they get to be part of that as well, obviously. But I think the next weekend after that, I should be free. But gosh, that's gonna be right there at the event, isn't it? Yeah. All right, never mind. See, I can talk it out. I figured it out myself. Look, I did good. I didn't put none of my top water stuff on. I said I was gonna throw the frog and the whole time, and that's what I did. Because I'm addicted to the Chapo and the PV crawler. Yeah, see this? They're already filling up with people again over here. I like the lake because it's beautiful, but like I said, some days you can. I forgot I put my one of my poles in my backpack, and now I'm stuck in the tree. That's too funny. I was like, "What's that noise?" Where's my backpack? I put it in because I wasn't anywhere near a tree. Okay. Yeah, I'm not like I said, I totally forgot that we're doing our thing with the kids, doing the May birthdays. I think we only got 2 or 3 for May. It's one of our slower months for the kids, I guess. All right, let me see if I can get this all unstuck. I can't even see the line. But I'll not leave it up here, so. Just a second. All right, cool. Yeah, I gotta make sure I get mine all charged up and everything. You know, my granddaughter, she wanted me to take her out the other day and use the metal detector. And because when AJ was younger, I put a bunch of coins and stuff out there in the yard, and we'd go out there, and he wanted to go treasure hunting all the time. And the kids absolutely just love that. It's amazing how much they love it. I knew when I was younger I always wanted to do it, but it's just kind of cool that I could do that for the kids too. And I took her out with the metal detector and the little pinpointer, and she was so happy. It's like she was finding pirate treasure. It was cool. It was just really cool. She was so happy. I wish I would have got video of it. Oh, yo, what's up? Oh, cool. Yeah, you know, I've wanted to get one of those. I had the slew and all that, but yeah, over here they had the fishing hadn't been all that good today, but no one's catching anything. We just had a huge storm come through here, and actually the water down here further is more like chocolate milk than it is over here, but still, I just wanted to come down and throw this frog a little bit more because I really enjoyed throwing it, and I gotta get back to work tomorrow morning, so you know, it is what it is. And loading up's gonna be a lot easier. So, you know, and we had to throw away my brother's slew and stuff for his gold panning and stuff. I hated that, and for his dredge, and we couldn't find all his dredging equipment because I would have rented a trailer if I would have found that, but nobody knew where. They said his friend had it, but nobody knew who the friend was, because I darn sure would have rented a trailer to drag that back home, because I definitely want to do dredging. What did I have? I think I got a half ounce of gold from him. Yeah, I mean, we're all out there in the water and stuff, and that sounds like, I mean, you get into a place and you're like, oh man, that looks like that might be good for, you know, whatever. You can throw a dredge in there, throw a pan in there or something. You'd be surprised how much gold you can find. It don't take much to get you your monies. I promise you that. Yeah, here's that little thing that I had. I just gotta figure out how to do it. I was put in the wrong spot, I think. But you know, I'm a guy, so I didn't look at directions at all. But yeah, definitely loading up here is a lot easier than just loading up at the little lake. But it's worth it. I don't mind taking my time loading up over there. Oh no, sir, I'm not. Heath actually used to be. He was narcotics. He's been involved in a lot of stuff. For History Seekers, the guy History Seekers that's in here right now, he's ex-law enforcement and still involved with them as far as, you know, just involved with them. But that was not me, I promise. No, I wanted to be law enforcement, but they didn't want me. And I can't say at that time I blamed them. I had a guy, I was talking with a kid out here today, and he's like, look, I'm never going to throw these. You want them? I'm like, yes, sir. So let me give those a try too, because I just needed some more stuff in the truck. But yeah, if y'all don't mind, like I said, check out my music. Throw me a like real quick, I'd appreciate it. But my buddy Heath Jones right there with History Seekers, y'all need to give him a follow and just check out his page. I mean, it's just, I mean, like I said, I mean, he found Elvis's brother. I mean, no one else could do that. Dude's like awesome. He can find anything. Yes, sir. No, I am. Even though I'm not a first responder, and like I said, I got in trouble a lot as a kid. But I was a kid, and but I have nothing but respect for our first responders, and I'll do anything in the world to back them up. One of my songs is called "Stickers on My Chevy," and it even talks about, you know, I back the blue all the time, not just when I'm in a bind. So, well, I appreciate it, man. Nothing but respect towards you too. And I'm glad we became friends, because, like I said, I mean, support you all the time. So, well, I am gonna end my live because as soon as I get on, turn on my truck, it's gonna go to my radio, and there's gonna be a delay, and it'll aggravate me. And I mean, y'all been delayed watching fishing all day anyway, so. But again, I cannot tell you how much a few of y'all that I really appreciate y'all hanging out with us. I know all y'all got something better to do today on Memorial Day, you know, and all those that paid the ultimate price for us, which is really awesome. So not Veterans Day, we'll get them next time around, but Memorial Day. So, but look, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all, and we will, like I said, I'm gonna get better at all this. Like I said, I just recently got really serious about fishing, and I'm really glad y'all going on this journey with me. And we're gonna get back to that lake, and I'm hoping that there's some oxygen in there, because there are some monsters in that lake. So, but let me get this unplugged and go on, so that way I can make sure that it gets charged up properly for the truck instead of through my little battery, and get that all plugged up. This is the coolest little battery. I use that and throw it in my pocket, and it lasts the whole time. I've been out here 2 hours 15 minutes, and I don't think I got below 97%. And this is sitting at 64%. So I still had, I mean, I was out there for what, 14 hours Saturday? Nothing lasted most of the day. So, all right. It's hard for me to stop running my mouth, but I'm going to do it right now. Y'all have a wonderful day, and then we will see you. Yeah, I would love to do that. I actually did on my shorts, I did a time lapse one of me just getting my kayak put together. And once I got everything out and set up, it took me about, the video was actually before I sped it up, it was 8 minutes and 43 seconds. So it took me about 8 minutes to get everything put together and get my big butt in the boat and get on out. So, but all right, Heath, I'll talk to you soon, brother. I'll give you a call. Like I said, we'll get together here in a couple weeks either way. I can't wait to get out there to that event. That's going to be fun. And I will call, get me a hotel room tomorrow. So you be good. Everyone else, again, y'all are the best. I appreciate y'all so much. And then I'll catch y'all on the next side. Thank you.